I am actually coming to you on time. Well, you know, I'm in my 31 week, 31st week, however you want to say it. So I'm actually coming to you with a weekly update rather than a 2-week update. So I say that's a huge improvement in my book. Let's see. I made a video last week about, I think it was last Wednesday, and I know I mentioned my boil, which has pretty much completely healed up now, but it seems that there's like a second little one maybe starting. I don't know. Right now it seems like just a little pimple, like less than an inch away from where that one was. So that's just dandy that another whatever is popping up. So I'm trying to I'm putting some boil cream on it and hoping that it nips it in the bud before it turns into a boil. And I don't understand why they're popping up, but it's got to be pregnancy related because I never had them before. But so far it's not that painful, it's just irritating. So yeah, but the first one is doing really well, really healed up nicely. So I had my doctor's appointment on Monday, and I know last week I said at that appointment I hadn't put on any weight. I was actually down a pound from what I was a couple weeks before. Well, this week I put on 4 pounds. So I'm all over the place, but my hunger, it depends on the day. Sometimes it's a lot, sometimes it's not. I think right now it kind of seems like it's still a lot, but I've decided to just completely throw that out the window because my doctor scared me then. I already had an ultrasound scheduled for Monday, and he is measuring me, and he's like, I'm really glad you're having this ultrasound because you're still measuring small. I'm thinking, still, nobody's mentioned it at any of my other weekly visits, and whenever I've tried to measure my fundal height, it seems to be accurate. And he said, well, you know, it's supposed to be how many weeks you are. You should measure in centimeters how many weeks you are, give or take 1 or 2. And he's like, you're at that give or take 1 or 2. You're on the small side. He's like, it's nothing to be alarmed about, but it does start to raise red flags as to, you know, is something wrong? So it's good that we're checking. With this ultrasound, we'll just make sure she's on track. So the ultrasound, there was a little bit of a wait, and then they were also running behind, so it was like an hour and a half I had to sit in the waiting room, and of course in that hour and a half I'm all panicked. I went from worrying that she's still a girl to worrying that something's wrong with her, or that she's not growing appropriately. But we got in there, and they did all the measurements and calculated her weight, and she weighs a whopping 4 pounds, 4 ounces. And I asked how accurate that is, and she said that someone smaller like me, it's off maybe a couple ounces. And maybe somebody larger, it's harder to maybe look through the fat and see exactly, they could be off as much as a couple pounds. She said, I would be safe to guess that it's within a few ounces. She goes, now obviously you're hopefully not going to deliver within the next few days, so we won't know how accurate it is. But that means she is in the 75th to 90th percentile. Not a small little thing at all. She's huge. And we also had our classes start that night, so they passed around the little, you know, wheel that they use at the doctors to calculate your due date, and on there it shows for, you know, all the different weights that the baby is at different weeks. And for 31 weeks, the baby should have been between 3 pounds and like 3.5 pounds. So I've got a 4.25 pound baby in there. She is not little. So crazy. I was not expecting that. I expected her to be on the small side. So I asked the ultrasound tech, I said, so my hopes of a healthy 5-pound baby are kind of out the window, and she laughed. She goes, you can handle more. And I said, I'm sure I can. I just kind of hope for a healthy 5-pounder. but I am thinking, you know, I'll be lucky if she's under 8 pounds when she's born. And in all honesty, I'm just glad she looked healthy. It was just awesome to see her because she's changed so much. They do a little 3D, 4D imaging, and we got a disc, so I'll try my best to upload maybe in somewhere a little snippet from it or a picture from it. And she's just filled out, and she's all chubby now, and she's got these cute little chubby cheeks, and I loved seeing her like profile. She's so cute, and I just could have stared at her all day. And good news is we got a good between the leg shot again, and she's still a girl. I was very relieved to hear that because I just, like I said, had this big thing of worrying that she was going to sprout something and they were going to be like, surprise, it's a boy this time. And all the girl stuff that we have and in my head been planning for would be out the window. So that was a relief, and it just was an all around really, really good visit and just made me so happy. I've been feeling really good, especially now that the boil has healed up. Still dealing with the shortness of breath. The thing that surprised me like crazy was during the ultrasound, the tech is like, okay, does your belly get tight like this all the time, like very often? And I said, oh yeah, all the time. And I just assumed it's because of the way she is. She's like, you're having a contraction. Oh, okay. I had no idea. So she's like, do you have more than 6 of these an hour? And I said, I don't think so. I maybe have 6 a day. But I said, honestly, I don't know. I didn't realize they were contractions, so I wasn't paying attention. So since then, I've been trying to pay attention, and I can't distinguish because I have a pretty firm belly anyways. It's not like it's loose a lot. So I can't really tell when it gets really hard and tight. And they're not painful. So I'm chalking it up to Braxton Hicks and non-painful ones. But I know contraction, like early labor, can start and they're not even painful. So I'm really concerned that I hope I understand when I really do go into labor, or if anything arises and it's like preterm labor, that I would see other warning signs or something. But it was just crazy to think I've been having contractions for who knows how long. But we had our classes then start Monday night, and those were fun. I think because of doing IVF and trying for so long to conceive that I've just done a lot of research on pregnancies and all that. I just didn't learn a whole lot, and I don't know that we will through this because I feel like I'm pretty well educated, but it made it seem real. It was really, really neat to be there and just be like, oh my God, we're going to have a baby in just less than 2 months, possibly. So that was exciting, and maybe we'll learn some stuff. It's good because at the end they make you do like massage techniques, and so it was nice to have Clint give me a little massage, and she was enforcing, you know, throughout the week, even not at class, that's a good thing to do. So I liked that, having that little push that maybe I'll get little back rubs more here and there without me asking, because I feel bad asking him. But overall, it was just a lot of fun. It was a pretty small class of like 8 couples or whatever, and everybody seemed pretty nice, and just I think we'll really like it and enjoy the classes. So I'm glad, because I was a little nervous for them. I always am at new things, social settings like that. But the other thing that was kind of neat was last night I was sitting, and I know the baby's had hiccups before, but I can never distinguish like when she's having them. Well, last night I could definitely tell because it was just so constant, like very quick little hiccups. And on the ultrasound they confirmed that she's still head down, and so it was like really low. I was feeling them, and I knew then that that was definitely her having little hiccups. So it was really cute because I've been waiting for them and wondering, you know, if she's having them and when she's having them. Well, I could definitely feel them and feel her move all the time. Oh, that was the other thing on the ultrasound. As soon as they put the, you know, the gel on my belly and she sticks that wand on, it was like one big old kick right where the wand was, and it was so much so she pulled the wand back. I was like, whoa, she just kicked hard. I said, yeah, I know. I mean, I feel that all the time. That's what she does, but I love it. And I'm enjoying it so much. But it was super cute, and I couldn't believe, like, it was like the reaction. It was like her foot kicked up the whole wand. So it was really funny. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I feel like there's probably other stuff. I was gonna make a list, I didn't, so I slacked. I've still been working on her bedding. I pretty much have the bumper done, but then after I washed it to try to fray the edges, some of my seams came loose, and I think it's because of when you cut in. I think I cut through some of my seams, so I need to go back through, check it all, and sew all that. But the bumper at least is done, so now I want to make the balances, I want to make curtains, and I want to make a blanket and 2 security blankets. So, you know, just one project down, but the bumper took forever and a ton of material, so at least that's done, like I said, for the most part. I don't know, I'll grab it. I have no idea how well this is going to show up, because in my last video you couldn't see the patterns of the fabric whatsoever, but it's got the hot pink ties, soft brown, this is flannel, and if you can't see it, it's got brown, white, and hot pink polka dots on light pink, and this is pink and white plaid, and this is like that very soft swirly, and then this is like paisley, and these are some fleece and cotton squares I put together, which I think it's a little much, it's a little busy, so I think I'm probably going to wind up keeping this. I know I talked about it in my last one. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't keep it. But I might tone it down for everything else I do. I bought some chocolate brown suede material that I think I'm going to use as part of the balance. And, you know, I'll show you all that once it's done. So I'm not going to go in too much of depth. But the other thing is I made this little owl. I crocheted it for her, little owl hat. And I should have grabbed the other ones I've done, but I forgot to because just did, but this one I'm really proud of the way it turned out. It's super soft brown, like kind of furry yarn, and I didn't really use a pattern. I took from different patterns and just made it the way that I wanted, and totally designed the eyes and the beak myself. I didn't like the way any patterns I was finding, so I don't know how, I just started making them and the little eyebrows and stuff. So I think I just found a pattern to make a diaper cover, so I'm gonna do that mainly for like photos, so she can wear this and a little diaper cover in them. But I love it, and I'm so proud. I'm very proud of this because I'm new to crocheting and actually learned from videos. So I don't know why I've got something going on in my throat right now, but I am going to show you my belly and call it a day. So I'm actually wearing regular clothes, no maternity clothes. Now I'm getting furry again. This is actually a shirt I got over the weekend. It's a skirt or a jumper, like a little girl's size jumper that I turned into a dress, or a big shirt, I guess I should say. And then I got this long sleeve shirt at Salvation Army. So yeah. And actually these jeans are from Salvation Army because they're up a size from what I normally wear. So this whole outfit here I'm got maybe $6 wrapped up in, from jeans to 2 shirts. But I guess here is me with my shirt down. One shirt, which as you can see I can't wear on its own. I would normally wear a belly band then to cover that if that was the only shirt I was wearing. And here's my big old belly that apparently is measuring small, but to me feels huge-mongous. So that's me at 31.5 weeks pregnant. Actually 31 in like 5 days, so technically I guess Fridays my days change over. I thought it was Saturdays, but whatever. So it's Wednesday now, and Friday I will be 32 weeks. So I will maybe make a video next week, maybe not. I don't know, it depends on what happens, but I knew this one was a big one to talk about the ultrasound and all that. And we start our biophysical, like ultrasounds and non-stress tests next week. So I guess I'll have something to talk about, so I'll try to make one. But I will talk to you guys then. Bye.